receivers when we can't even get the ball to the receivers that we have.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody this morning? It's Saturday morning, and here we are. Woo, in the DFW area, Dallas-Fort Worth area, man, and we're getting slammed with rain. Oh yeah, slam. When I mean slam, I mean it's coming down good. So how's everybody doing? And welcome to the Cowboy Huddle Podcast, Saturday. Sit down with your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, here early Saturday morning, and I don't know where to start. What a game last night with the Texas Rangers versus the Arizona Diamondback. Can somebody tell me about this guy that hits home runs on a regular? Mr. Garcia, thank you. Oh my gosh, what a game last night. Extra innings and Texas Rangers pulls it off 6-5 and winning. Big shout out to our Dallas Mavericks. And I know you guys, some of you guys are not from the area, but I'm straight home team. But big ups to Luka Doncic with the last second buzzer beater hook shot. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hook shot against one of our former players, Finney Smith something. So yeah, it's been amazing watching our Rangers and watching the start of our Dallas Mavericks and the continuation of our Dallas Cowboys as we try to get where the Texas Rangers are. They are in the World Series, and we want to be in the Super Bowl. But before we get started, I got to say, give a big shout out to all our subscribers and all those that are a part of this channel. I want to say thank you, because without you, I would not be where I am today. So thank you to all our followers and our subscribers of this channel of the Cowboy Huddle Podcast. Yeah. And also, I have to give a big shout out to our social media groups that are taking the time to post our content in their groups on Facebook. Big thank you to the Dallas Cowboys on Deck, Cowboy Fan 365, and We Them Boys. These are our social media Facebook groups that are sharing our content in their groups. And I strongly suggest, if you're not a part of this group, I strongly suggest that you join today. It's a little early. It's early, so yeah, my voice is quite cracky and everything. And I'm off this weekend. How about that? I'm off this weekend. It's been a challenging week at work and things and around and everything. But you know what? I always say what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So just remember that. Whatever you may be going through, this too shall pass. So yeah, you see the title. Let's get into it. Should the Cowboys make a move for Patrick Surtain? What do y'all think? Sounds good. Sounds damn good to go after this guy, Patrick Surtain. I have always had not question with Deron Bland, but more of Stephon Gilmore. And I understand that he made the catch before the bye against the Chargers. Was it Chargers? Yeah, that's who we played last. Yeah. But for whatever reason, it just seemed like the age is catching up with Stephon Gilmore. He seems to be always trailing the receivers. He's always trying to play catch up. But again, he made himself safe by the interception that he made made during the playoff. I mean, not even the playoff, but the pair. Yeah, and here's my granddaughter. She has come in. You know, I'm thinking somebody's going to come get her. I don't know, but let's say she wants to say something real quick. Nana, here, tell everybody hello. Tell everybody hello. Say hi. Can you tell them hi? Okay, so yeah, that is my granddaughter, Kobe, which I call her Miss Piggy. Okay, go with Nana over there. And she love to eat. But anyways, always grandchild or grandkid that's here with her. Yeah. So yeah, they got to make their presence known. They want to be famous. So I give them that opportunity to be famous. But anyway, so yeah, this is a great opportunity, man. With Patrick Surtain, he actually wants to be a Cowboy. But it's been told here. It's been reported, basically that speaking fundamentally. Now this is reported by Cowboys Maven on Fan Nation, Mike Fisher. And this is what he said. I like old Mike Fisher. He's always bringing good stuff. Man, I gotta clear my throat. Excuse me, it's early. And remember, this is not ESPN. This is not all those other shows. This is straight barbershop talk. So you get what you see, and you see what you get, and all that good stuff. So basically, what Mike Fisher says, speaking fundamentally, the Denver Broncos have no reason to trade young all-pro cornerback Patrick Surtain to the Dallas Cowboys or anybody else. He's 23 on a rookie contract, and players of his caliber represents the fastest way for Denver to end its skid as one of the NFL most embarrassingly bad teams. And I totally agree. But Mike Fisher goes on to say, it has already been established via Sports Illustrated Albert Breer that Denver would listen to trades for offer a handful of its players. We have referred to this as picking at the carcass, oh my gosh, of the Broncos roster, just as Dallas is do with the Titans and the Panthers. Okay. So Breer writes, the Broncos are going to listen to trades inquiries on Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Garrett Bowles, Jared Jewels, Justin Simmons, and even Patrick Surtain over the next 6 days. The Broncos aren't close. They need picks, and it makes sense to explore getting more. So, excuse me, good grief. It makes sense. Who says? It actually only makes sense if we knew what Denver believes the compensation looks like for a top NFL corner like Surtain. And that's the problem, guys. It's more than likely that Denver is going to deal some cards, and they hold the best hand right now, which means that they're actually going to want something for Surtain. They might want a first rounder. They might want a second rounder. Then they probably want an all-pro player. They're not just going to give Patrick Surtain away. That's not going to happen. They're not going to give Patrick Surtain away. So we can forget about that. And I know we're thinking that, we can probably get him for a fifth round. No, this guy's still on the rookie contract, and he's good. So, yeah, it's a good idea. It'll be a great move, but what would it cost us? What would it cost us to bring Patrick Surtain in? Now, when we talk about DaRon Bland is playing decent football. Knowing that Trayvon Diggs will be back next year. Personally, I think we have enough. On this defense to be competitive. I think if we were to bring Patrick in, he would probably replace DaRon Bland for the remainder of the year but then he will replace Stephon Gilmore next year. I think that would be the plan. And then Deron Bland would probably move back to the inside the nickel corner. So yeah, it's a great idea, but man, I'm telling you, they're not going to take a 5th or 6th round pick for Patrick Surtain. They're not going to do it. They're dealing pieces and valuable pieces. You know, Cortland Sutton at SMU. You know, they got some pieces over there, so they're willing to deal, but it's going to cost. Okay, so something we have to consider. Great. I mean, yeah, it will be a great move, but again, we have to consider what will it cost us. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Trade deadline is not here yet. We got a few more days, less than 6 days, but we do have a few days left to see what the Cowboy does. Personally, I think we need more help on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive side of the ball. Okay, this is just something I think our biggest concern is with our running game with some linemen. And we're going to talk about linemen here in a little bit. But with that being said, I don't know if you guys heard about this. At last, our Dallas Cowboy coach, Jimmy Johnson, will be inducted into the Ring of Honor. Give it up. Oh, y'all didn't hear that? Y'all haven't heard about Jimmy Johnson being inducted into the Ring of Honor? Come on, give it up one more time. But unfortunately, it will not be with the Dallas Cowboys. That's right. That's what I said. Unfortunately, it will not be with the Dallas Cowboys. It's true. It's the University of Miami Ring of Honor, that is. The school has announced that Johnson, along with Coach Dennis Erickson and running back Chuck Foreman, are to be the latest addition to the Hurricanes honor list. It's well-deserved honor for Johnson, who was Miami's head coach from 1984 to 1988, compiling a record of 52-9 and leading his Hurricanes to a national championship. Give it up. It's also told that Johnson left Miami after the 1988 season to become the head coach of the Cowboys, where he won 2. Not 1, but 2. No, 3. Okay? He won 3. That, of course, makes Johnson a member of both the college and the Pro Football Hall of Fame, deserving of being in the Cowboys ring. Even Cowboys owner Jerry Jones agrees with Johnson candidacy, and he's made a public promise to induct the coach. Stop it. So, with that being said, somebody was smart enough, somebody was wise enough to induct a man that deserves to be in the Ring of Honor. Congratulations to Jimmy Johnson and his induction into the Ring of Honor of the University of Miami. Now, I can't tell you why Jerry Jones is taking his time and why he hasn't made the move, but just some people just have such big egos and wants credit for everything to where it's just not that important to you. But what's important is, Jerry Jones, you need to realize, without Jimmy Johnson, you would just be another owner in the NFL. Regardless of your business moves, but without those 3 Super Bowls, you probably would have been unsold the Dallas Cowboys by now. Jimmy Johnson was your stepping stone into greatness. So let's not forget those that have built the foundation to get you where you were. So again, congratulations to Jimmy Johnson, the best coach, one of the best coaches, along with Tom Landry. And personally, I say, guys, until we do right by Jimmy Johnson and the way we treated Tom Landry, Jerry Jones, you got some right doings to make, brother. And until you do that, we're going to continue to struggle. Along with that being said, also, Jerry Jones said he feels optimistic. And you say optimistic about what? Well, if you didn't know, left tackle Tyron Smith was limited to practice due to a neck injury, who was added to the injury report on Thursday. The great Jerry Jones said, I'm optimistic, period. I'm feeling good about his availability Sunday. Jones said Smith wasn't wearing a neck roll. We've got to keep that on him when he practices. Guys, it's going to be a kind of long video today. I'm sorry. It's going to be a little long today, but why do we even listen to Jerry Jones and not the coaches or not the trainers or not the medical staff when it comes to our players? Why do we have to listen to Jerry Jones? Why do Jerry Jones, out of all owners, out of 31 other owners, have to have a spot in the spotlight to report on the Dallas Cowboys? That guy behind me, legendary, Tom Landry, 1977 Super Bowl. Jerry Jones. I guess they give him that role to keep him out of the players' meeting, but he's in the players' meetings as well. So he said we have to keep the neck roll on him when he practices. That's a big sign that we are dealing with a man that has reached his prime and went over his prime and basically is at the point to where we might need to look elsewhere. Sometimes I think the loyalty to some of these players and Jerry Jones goes way beyond the moon, if you ask me. Very far-fetched. But we need to let business be business when it comes to making decisions on our players. So, yeah, that's right. Tyron Smith is injured again, which I've always said that we should have drafted a offensive tackle with that first round pick, but we didn't. We waited to the fourth round, and Awesome Richards is sitting there waiting to play. But anyway, let's keep it moving, guys. Let's keep it moving. I got some things I want to go over real quick. So they're saying, there's been reported outside also, it's been reported about 3 Cowboys starters who could be replaced after the bye. Well, it ain't happened yet. Struggling starters. And I'm going to give my take on these starters. Number one, they're saying Jordan Lewis. Now, they say he was called out for the lack of effort when he seemingly just jogged as Keenan Allen scored a relatively easy touchdown for the Chargers in the first quarter of that particular game. One bad play, and now we want to say that he could be replaced. One bad play. Do we not remember what Jordan Lewis brought to the team when he was a part of the team before he got injured? How this guy stepped up several times when we played the Saints, got the winning interception against the Saints. Fearless nickel corner. But because of one play, we want to say, oh, we got to get rid of him. Stop it. I disagree with this pick, Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis serves a valuable piece right now because we got Deron Bland at the corner, so Jordan Lewis has to be the nickel. Now we're talking about replacing him. Stop it. I'm not going with that one. Number 2, J-Ron Curse, safety. Donovan Wilson has become a staple, and the Cowboys even listed 3 starting safeties on their initial depth chart this season. But at this point, you can't help but wonder if Jaron Kearse has perhaps worn out his welcome. Kearse is third on the Cowboys with 28 tackles so far this season. He got an interception off Zach Wilson, and the Cowboys win over the New York Jets, and has a couple of quarterback hits and a handful of passes defensed. Man, who's coming up with this? Jaron Kearse. Now you want to get rid of the Jaron Kearse? Stop it. This is a big body that matches up well against tight ends. Oh, we want to get rid of it? I don't see that either. Now let me say this. I gotta silence my phone. I gotta say this here though, that yeah, he has kind of been trailing a little bit. He's kind of been trailing. I think against the 49ers, he kind of trailed, kind of gave up some big plays, a couple other plays, but it happens. Overall, man, the guy is basically a centerpiece to this defense. This is what the defense is built off of. Jaron Kearse, his size and his play on the field. So this is another one I have to disagree with. Number 3, Michael Gallup. If there's any move that's past due for the Cowboys, it's throwing in the towel on Michael Gallup. With all due respect to Gallup, the Cowboys' faith in him was always misplaced. The team's decision to trade Amari Cooper might be the ultimate difference between this team. Man, I tell you. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's early. A legitimate contender in the NFC and prepping for another early exit in January. Michael Gallup. Let's talk about Michael Gallup. Yeah, he hasn't been productive like we want him to be productive. But Michael Gallup's, according to CFO scout Jay Tuck, he showed a great film on Michael Gallup. He showed a great film on Michael Gallup as far as what is holding Michael Gallup back. And one thing Jay Tuck said, he said that it's his limited routes. Limited routes. Okay? It's the limited routes that he's been given. Because you got to remember, guys, this is not the 5-wide offense that we was running with Kellen Moore. This is not the take the top off, and we haven't seen it. And it's basically a 1, 2, 3, get rid of the ball. There's no 7-step drop with that. There's 3 to 5 step drops with that to get rid of the ball. So, yeah, he has dropped some balls, but there has been some bad balls thrown as well. So, I don't give all the blame to Michael Gallup because Michael Gallup is that Dez Bryant 50-50 guy. Throw the down ball up, back shoulder, and let him catch the ball. But all the curl routes and the out routes, that's not his play. Let him take the top off. But the way this offense design is not designed for these guys to go on these deep routes. We haven't seen it. And if we have seen it, there have been some bad balls thrown. We saw it against 49ers. So, no, I'm not giving up on Michael Gallup. I mean, it's just the offense and the scheme of the offense does not allow Michael Gallup to do what he does best. Go for the 50-50 balls. And with that being said, this is where CD has a problem. And Brandon Cooks has a problem. Yeah, they're doing great inside the 20s. But again, after 6 games, CD Lamb has only 1 touchdown. Brandon Cook has 1 touchdown after 6 games. Michael Gallup had 0 touchdowns. Kevontae Turpin has 1 touchdown. So I don't think it's the receivers. It's more the play calling, or it's our quarterback. Now, I want to show y'all something. I'm going to end this video because I've been on here a while. Yeah, 25 minutes is enough time. Y'all can watch a 25-minute video. Good grief. But I want to share something with you guys, man. And I got a video. Let me show you. I got to do my thing. I got a video. I have a video. I got to share. The guys on Wednesday night, they get on me. Man, you got too much time on your hands, man. You doing all this. Yeah. I gotta be creative with the content. But I want to share this with you guys about sometimes what happens when a receiver does all this work. Now, this is not one of our players, but this is one of the greatest that played the game as well. I want to share this with you guys. And y'all tell me. But this is sometimes the problem with the receivers. And this is something that we've been seeing with CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cook. And being a receiver, it becomes a problem. Let's check it out. Wide open. Wide open. Give him the ball. Look at it. Oh, wide open. No ball.
Hey, can you tell somebody
to throw you the ball?
Throw me the ball.
I would love to.
What y'all talking about?
And I think Carson Palmer was the quarterback at the time. And I just want to show, I know that's not one of our players, but I just want to show you that because that's the frustration as a receiver. When you're taking on that defender and you break and create separation and you expecting the ball and the ball is not there. And the worst thing to happen is when that quarterback throws it somebody else or throw it over your head or throws it too short. We don't understand. A lot of people don't understand what it takes to run downfield to get open and not get the ball, come back to the huddle and run downfield again and not get the ball. It becomes an issue. And people say, oh, Amari Cooper, he's taking plays off. No, he's not taking plays off. The thing is when you're running downfield and you're wide open and the ball is overthrown, is it's thrown short, it's not thrown to you, it becomes a problem. So, yeah, Amari Cooper, he's not very emotional guy, but it's like, man, dude, what are we doing here? I mean, I'm steady. We saw CeeDee Lamb. Like, dude, throw me the ball. Hey, we've heard the comments that he made. And Dak had to rebuttal that and say, hey, if there's a problem, come talk to me. There is a problem. I got one touchdown. CeeDee said, I got one touchdown in the end zone. Brandon Cook, I got one touchdown in the end zone. Get this ball in the end zone. We can throw the ball all we want inside the 20s, but then we got to we have to be tough enough and throw the ball downfield. And that's what we're not doing because we're either trying to protect Dak, baby back Dak, or keep Dak in good position to where he's not throwing interception. The hell with throwing interception. I don't care if you throw 30 interception. As long as it gets us to the Super Bowl, I can care less. But that video shows you the frustration that receivers shows when the ball is not thrown their way or they're running downfield and you make a break, boom, and you're right there turning around looking for the ball. Damn, you just threw it out of bounds. Damn, I'm right here. Why'd you throw it down there? I'm wide open. That's a touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, everybody has a legitimate gripe, as far as, again, when we look at our receivers are really not included in the offense like it should be. Everything is checked down. Everything is 5 yards. Everything is 10 yards out. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So we got the Rams coming up on tomorrow, high noon, at the A&T Stadium. AT&T Stadium. High noon, early game. My expectations for tomorrow's game is basically I want to see a solid running game. I need to see a solid running game with Hunter Luque involved in this lead back performance or a fullback short yardage performance. Run off tackle. I want to see screen plays to our running backs. I want to see some misdirections with our running backs. And stop trying to run in the A gap with our light in the britches running backs. If you're going to run through the A gap, send a lead back through there, please. We drafted this fullback, so use the fullback. So I need to see a solid running game. Also, I want to see Michael Gallup more involved. We got to get him involved. We got to take our shots downfield. We have to take the shots downfield. Dak, if you get sacked, you throw an intercept, that's on you. And we have had this break. We had our bye. You had time to correct those things that need to be corrected. You have time to adjust your offense. You have had time to replace the players that need to replace. You have had time to nurse your injuries. I expect a better game. I expect, number 3, our linemen to play better. Our blocking scheme has to be better. Mike Solaris, we brought you in here for a reason. I don't know if it's the play calling is not jiving with our guys. We're running out of time. We are running out of time, and this last 3 seasons, we have had a team in place to win. Now, if we're going to add additional pieces, it needs to be on this offensive side of the ball. And what this running game is, these opponents are not respecting our run game. They're not. They're playing everything for a pass. If you go back to the 49ers game and look at Fred Warner, you know what Fred Warner did? Fred Warner, the whole time through that game, he watched the eyes of Dak. If Dak looked that way, that's the way that Fred Warner ran. Dak looked that way, that's the way Fred Warner ran. So another blueprint has been put out there to scout the Cowboys offense. So if I see the linebacker from the Rams doing the same thing and we have made any adjustments, I know where the problem stems from. I know where the problem stems from. And if I got to come down there and coach this damn team and put my foot in somebody's butt and start holding people accountable, and if you're not going to do your job, replace his ass. It's time to hold people accountable. Dak, if you're the problem, Cooper Rush, get in the damn game. Again, don't make it easy for Dak. Dak wants money next year. We got to make sure that Dak is able to prove that he deserves money. Next man up. Tony Pollard, if you can't, carry this ball like we need you to, next man up. Bring Derrick Henry in. But listen, there's no more talk, no more excuses. So that's my rant, guys. I'm fed up with the Cowboys. Right now, I'm running with the Texas Rangers, watching these guys in the World Series until my Dallas Cowboys prove me wrong. Until they prove me wrong, I'm going to continue to stay on them. I'm going to continue to watch them with a microscope, and I'm going to start holding people accountable. And right now, who's held accountable? Mike McCarthy, you're being held accountable. Dak Prescott, you're being held accountable. Tony Pollard, you are being held accountable. These are the 3 that's being held accountable. So you are on the clock, okay? So, anyway, with that being said, guys, I got to get on. I got some things to do today. Hopefully this rain lets up. But I just want to say, guys, you'll continue to be blessed. Stay safe. It's your boy, G, #1 Cowboy fan.